Hello everyone. So yesterday President Trump of USA, he has said that he might run for the third term of US presidency as well. This news, it has created shock waves, reason being in US constitution it is very clearly mentioned that a person can become president for 2 terms only. Donald Trump, who is already serving his second term, how can he become president for the third term? In this regard, we will be seeing in this particular video what are the provisions in the US Constitution regarding a person becoming president. So, you see the US Constitution, which was amended in 1951, the 22nd amendment to the US Constitution, it very clearly says that a person can become president only for 2 terms, right? So, if we talk about US President Trump right now, he for the first time won election in 2016 and hence from 2017 to 2021 was the first tenure of President Trump. He again won the election in 2024 last year and hence from 2025 to 2029 he is going to be the President of USA. Because it is his second term, he is not allowed to become president or he is not allowed to run for the post of president in 2029. So, in this video again we will be seeing if at all president want to become president or Trump want to become president for the third time, what are the options available to him. So, you see, before we discuss the options available to him, let us see the history part of this 22nd Amendment Act. The first president of USA, George Washington, the person who led American War of Revolution, which was started in 1776, which ended in 1783. So, America won, the 13 colonies of America, they won in this war, and hence after 1783 the process of drafting of constitution started, and in 1789 the Constitution of America was adopted. In 1789, George Washington, the hero of American Revolution, became the president for the first time. He was the first president of independent USA. 1789 to 1793 was his first tenure. 1793 to 1797 was his second tenure, right? After him completing the second term, he did not run on his own, he did not run for third term. He was of the view that no matter how popular a leader is, right, he should not be usurping the power in that country for a very long time, because this is essentially a feature of monarchy and not of a democracy, and hence he himself refused to become president for the third term. Now, this decision of George Washington, it created a precedence in the US polity that a person will become president only for 2 times. There is no law, there is no law to debar or to prohibit a person to become president for the third time. It was just a precedence. But things changed during the time of another very popular US president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who is very popularly called as FDR. Now, FDR, he became president for the first time in 1932. After 1932, he again became president in 1936. The thing is, when his second term was going on, at that time only world entered into a big war, World War II, which started in 1939 and ended in 1945. Now, during his second tenure, World War II started. US wanted a continuation, a consistency in the policies of USA during this very difficult time of World War, and hence the people in his own political party, they requested him to contest election even for the third term in 1940, right. So, there should be a continuation in the policy, and hence in 1940 he contested again. In 1940 also he won the election. In 1944 again, because World War II was going on, he contested, and in 1944 also he won. So, he became president for the 4th time as well, even though in 1945 he passed away. So, he could not complete his 4th tenure or 4th term, but he won the election for 4 times. and hence after this incidence in USA the parliament they passed or they made an amendment to the constitution, 22nd Amendment Act of 1951, which prohibits a person to become president for more than 2 terms. So the maximum time a person can become president is 2 terms. Now let's see what is the, if Trump want to become president for the 3rd time, what he has to do is he had to amend the constitution again. He has to remove this 22nd Amendment Act from the constitution. For that he will have to amend the constitution. Now let's see what is the amendment process in USA. So the amendment process of USA is that in the parliament of USA, which they call it as Congress, Congress has 2 houses, House of Representative and Senate. A constitutional amendment bill has to be passed by both the houses with 2/3 majority. 2/3 majority in both the houses. Separately a bill has to be passed, and after the Congress passes it, at least 3/4 of the state or 75% of the state, they should also ratify it. Only when parliament passes it with 2/3 majority and 75% of the states also ratify it, a amendment to the constitution can be done. You see, it is a very difficult process. The amendment to the constitution, it is a very rigid process, and hence you will be finding only for a very few times constitution of the USA has been amended, unlike India where the process is quite flexible. We amend the constitution a lot. So now let's see what is the present scenario in the constitution or in the parliament of USA, what numbers Donald Trump has in order to amend the constitution. So the Senate there, which has 100 total number of seats, in Senate right now the Republican Party of Donald Trump, it has 53 MPs or senators, right. On the other hand, in order to amend you need 2/3 of 100, that is 67 senators support, right. So and hence in Senate Republican Party or Trump's party does not has the numbers. If we talk about House of Representative, the total strength of House of Representative is 435. Right now Republican Party it has 218 MPs, right. On the other hand, 2/3 of 435 will be 290, meaning Trump will be needing 290 MPs of House of Representative, their support in order to amend the constitution. Right now Republican Party does not has these numbers in any of these houses, and hence amendment process seems seems to be very difficult. Then if amendment can't be done, some experts they say there is a potential loophole which Trump can utilize in order to become president for the 3rd term. What is that loophole? So for example, the next election will be in the year 2028. What Trump can do is, in 2028 he can ask his present vice president J.D. Vance to contest or to run for the post of president, right. Let's say J.D. Vance he wins the election. J.D. Vance can have Donald Trump as his vice presidential candidate. So J.D. Vance, if he wins election in 2028, what can happen is, after winning the election, J.D. Vance what he can do is he can resign from the post. If he resigns from the post, what does the US Constitution says? In case president resigns or president dies in the office, vice president will automatically become president of USA, right. In that case, Donald Trump, who will be vice president at the time, will take the position of president of USA. That is one potential loophole which can be utilized by President Trump. However, some experts they say even this loophole is not available. Reason being, the 12th Constitutional Amendment Act of the Constitution of USA, it says that in order to become vice president of the country, the qualification which are needed are exactly same as to become president, or a person cannot run for the post of vice president if he or she is not eligible to run for the post of president, because President Trump he will already be completing 2 tenure or 2 terms of president. He will not be eligible to run for the post of president. If he is not eligible to run for the post of president, he will automatically will not be eligible to run for the post of vice president as well. And hence for Trump to become president for the third time, it seems to be a very difficult scenario. So I hope through this video you must have understood what is the process of becoming president in USA and why the US Constitution debars a person to become president for the third time. If you have understood this, let's try to solve a very simple question. I'll be reading out the question for you people. What you have to do is you have to comment the correct answer in the comment section. So the question says that with respect to the President of USA and Prime Minister of India, I have compared two offices, President of USA with Prime Minister of India, not with President of India. Reason being, President of USA, he is head of the government, right? And PM of India, in India, head of the government is Prime Minister, not the President. And hence, if you have to equate a post of US President in India, it will be Prime Minister of India. So with respect to these two offices, which of the following statement are correct? Statement 1 says both President of USA and Prime Minister of India are member of parliament as well. In their own respective country, they are part of parliament as well. Statement 2 says in general, tenure of President of USA and Indian Prime Minister is of 5 years. So what you have to do is you have to mark the correct answer. Option A says only statement 1 is correct. Option 2 says, or option B says only statement 2 is correct. Option C says both 1 and 2 are correct, and option D says none, neither 1 nor 2 are correct. So you please comment in the comment section the right answer. The correct answer will be giving the thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this video.